So actually abstract class is nothing but this is actually a need of abstract class. One example I gave. Okay, so abstract class is nothing but just how I closed the tab. Right here I have closed A and I have closed B. So here I'm just hiding the detail. You are not supposed to see that. Okay, so now I'm just opening first main class. So the main method specified inside a main class. Okay, so now I just called a constructor for the class A. So I don't know what is there inside a constructor called A. Okay, so and I have to print 8. So this print of method, print is not a predefined method, it's user defined method. So whenever I called a instance of class A in dot print of, this method definition should be there in a class A. That is what we discussed yesterday's class, data encapsulation, how to define the method and how to invoke the method, right? So today we are going to invoke in a different style. Okay, and how it will be comprised within a single logic. That is what we are supposed to see in an abstract class. Okay, so now a similar way, this is printing integer, right? Now I'm going to print a float value. So these two are different data type, right? Yes or no? Print is a same method. So this is going to print integer value. Here this is going to print float value, right? Value. So this printf function is same, but it is sending an argument. Argument is nothing but sending input value. So that is different. The type definition is different, right? So now both will be doing the same operation display when we called a method inside a class A. So class A is having a two method, print off and print off. One is a integer value I, another one is a float value I. Okay, so both were I value. Okay, this 3 is not required at all. Okay, A, B, C is not required. So now I have a integer I and that will be printed inside it. Whenever I call the integer print off, then it will be calling a integer I. So what is this integer class? What is this integer class? What is this integer? Wrapper class. Do you remember integer dot parseInt of? You're converting a string into a respective class type. Do you remember that? You got the argument, command line argument of 0. So that is a string type. If you want to convert a integer type, you will be using a wrapper class dot parseInt of method. Converting string into a integer method. Do you remember that concept? Integer dot parseInt of string argument. Okay, that will be converted into the respective integer data type value, right? A similar way here I'm just passing a integer object, so that is why I'm directly mentioned integer dot I. Okay, so if I pass the float value, what I supposed to do? Float dot float I value. Okay, so and inside the method that is showing integer value, storing float value, both will be doing the same logic but the different data type. Whenever we have a different data type definition, you will be going with these two different one. Okay, what is this? What is this? The same number name is having a different definition. Here itself you have completed one more concept of the OOPS. What is that concept? What is that? Here we have covered one more concept. Can you tell me? Polymorphism, right? So listen, polymorphism is nothing but what? So you having a same method. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, cut is going to do a 3 different instance value. If it is a director case, you will be having a cut the C, and if it is a barbershop, we will be cutting the hair. Okay, the cut is going to do a 2 different operation based on the instance we will be using, right? Similar way here, now I have a printf method with integer. It is going to show a print integer value. So similar way, printf 9.5 float value is going to print a float value, right? So both are having the same method name. Okay, but the signature is different. Signature is nothing but a argument passed inside it. Okay, so this signature may be a number of argument. Okay, comma float that you can give, or integer 1 integer 2 that you can give, float comma float you can give, float int character, that order also you can give. So the same name is having a different type of argument, different order of argument, nature of the argument, or type plus order. So both, all the three cases will be having a method overloading. Okay, same method is having a different signature with different definition. Okay, so that is called method overloading. Okay, so you'll be passing a different arguments. Okay, that we'll discuss, don't worry. So now I'm going to execute this program. Will this show any error? Will this throw any error? Tell me, guys. Very simple question. LWD, inside you have a is a class. I just created an instant in dot print of a. This is called a non-static method, print integer type I, that is going to print a system.out.println. Similar way, print of 9.5f is going to print this, right, float value, and this will be called. Okay, both were having a proper definition. Now I'm going to execute this program. Java C. What is my class name? I mean program name. Abstract need. Abstract need dot Java. So I'm going to execute a class. That class name is LWD class, main inside a main class. So this is printing 8 and 9.5. Okay, so listen, if suppose I have removed this F, okay, will this throw any error? What is real number data type? Default one. Double, right? It's not going to be specified float. So what will happen? It is going and searching where the double method type definition is there, but it is not there in a class. So what will happen? This is gonna throw error. So you'll be having a no suitable method found for a print double. Are you all getting right? So if you are defining one more method inside it, then only you'll get the output. The same method I'm going to declare with the different signature double. That's it. Save. Execute this. Now you will not get error because I have defined the double method also, right? 8 and 9.5. So listen, guys. So I have just pass the value, whatever it is, a real number or integer. Okay, so I'll be sending that. I'll be having a different method signature based on the type of the argument which I have passed, right? So this is only a simple task, right? So I don't want these many type for a different arguments. Okay, so I just want to specify this integer, float, double, all these things are comes under a category number, right? So I just want to print a number, whatever it is, an integer number, whatever it is, a float, double. Okay, so I don't want to use these many lines. Okay, for that, what I'm doing, instead of this thing, okay, so instead of writing this print integer, print double, and print float, I'm just making use of a wrapper class called number. So under number you will be having integer, float, double, right? Yes or no? Long. So all the numbers comes under a number category, right? Yes or no? Here is this number is nothing but a abstract class. Abstract class. So under this abstract class, you will be having a definition integer, float, double, right? So if it is a integer also, this is comes under a category of number. Again, float is also comes under a category of a number. Again, double is also comes under a category of a number. So I no need to specify that. So whatever number I have called with F or without F, so I just have a definition, only one definition, right? So that is number of definition. Okay, so now I'm going to give one more line, that is double also. Here I'm giving one float value, one double value, right? So I'm going to execute this. Abstract, what is the name? Abstract class. Good. So abstract class, I have executed this. So I didn't get any error. So I got the LWD only, right? No. So this class name is abstract class. Okay. So I have to change this as WD, or else I have to change the class name. LWD. So I'll get 8, 9.5, 9.5. So how many times I called print of method? So that many times this number abstract class is going to be executed. This is actually a predefined abstract class. Okay. So now actual idea behind the abstract class, you got it right? Yes or no? So whenever I just want the method, okay, which is having a same definition for the different numbers, I just directly go ahead with the same number category under which I'll be having a different example, different definition, right? What is actually a data type, right? Based on the data type, I'll be having a method inside the definition. Okay, so now I'm gonna execute this. 1 minute.